This is going to be a short one. I'm back inside after sitting on the stoop for our entire hour of sun we got today. The first time I've really seen the sun in a week. Remains to be seen whether I can make this weather leap, you know, the leap adjustment of being used to 300 some days of sun a year and then go down to nada. But I wanted to talk to you guys about fear. So many of you have commented or written in or expressed to me that you've put off your dream or denied your dream or are feeling a great deal of inertia about your dream. And those usually boil down to fear. And I can completely and totally relate to that. There's a multitude of ways that fear can show up to keep us away from doing the things that we feel that our heart screams at us to do. Maybe that scream starts off as a whisper. It starts off as a jubilation, as a skipping beat, and eventually turns into a scream when we're not paying attention and doing and following its directives. I just want to cop to the tremendous amount of fear that I had before taking on this journey. I mean, just a ridiculous amount. I mean, it felt like, it kind of felt like a spell, like, kind of took a hold of me and would run away with me for hours at a time before I could pause it. So it felt like a force, a real force. And I have been doing brave things since I was a child, and I had to get on a plane to a place that felt like, felt cold and harsh and mean to me, to go to the place where I had to see my father every summer. And what I was told when I would have to get on that plane and I wanted to cry and I was sad to leave my mom, my house, my cat, my dog, what I was told was be brave. And because I also knew that me leaving made my mother cry and made my mother sad, I had to be brave for her. Because I didn't want her to cry and I didn't want her to be sad. So it's been in me. I have had the encouragement and the opportunity to exercise that bravery since a very, very young age, when it was obvious that there wasn't going to be a way out. There wasn't going to be protection or someone to raise their voice for me. I was just going to have to go do the hard thing. So now you would think that I would have a really developed bravery muscle. And I do. That's true. But I think the most important thing to realize is just because you have a really strong bravery muscle doesn't mean that you are exempt from fear, exempt from panic, exempt from terror. Inside you, inside me, there is a hero. There is a Harry Potter. There is a Luke Skywalker. There's a boldly going into the unknown being inside all of us. And if you will think back to our heroes and heroines over time, none of them are exempt from the fear. Just because they're brave and just because they decide to act doesn't mean that they aren't in terror. And I really want to own that. And I really want to tell you it's okay. It's okay to have those feelings. It's okay to even to some degree, let it stand in your way. It's okay to kind of duel, right, with fear, to be with it, to be present with it. But the moment you let that take the lead, you've lost some of the joy and the wonder and the exuberance that you were born to be, that you were born to have. You lose touch with the magic that is meant for you, that is you, that is part of who you are. It doesn't go away. You're just putting yourself at distance from it. And me telling you this comes at a pretty high price, because I cannot tell you how many times I've done something following my heart that required me to feel so vulnerable I was petrified. This was one of them. And I don't know where this is going, and I don't know how it's going to turn out. But there's a peace, there's a magic, there's a humming possibility, having stepped out and done, and faced the fear and been with it and even held its hand and went anyway. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. If you can't take action today, the one action you can take is to look your fear fully in the face and be honest about it. Have a conversation with it. Light a candle between the two of you and talk to it. Have dinner with it. Acknowledge it as a presence and not try to shove it down, maybe with a glass of wine, too many carbs, that's me, a shopping trip, busyness, distraction, but to be present with it, to be present with the fear. Because I'm going to tell you, and I'll pick this up next time because I really wanted to keep this short. I'll tell you next time about what it takes to plant your feet firmly in the cornfield, the field of possibility, the dream field, and how our mind tends to plant us on the field of probability rather than possibility, and how it's going to take your heart and your care to befriend your fears and to embrace your joy, how your heart is the path to do that, and how you must embody your wonder to uncover that path, to see the steps ahead of you as they appear. This is a heart journey. That's where the word courage even comes from. It's from coeur, the French word for heart. So today I'm encouraging you. One way of loving yourself and loving your dream is to befriend your fear. You got this.